Hello everybody, Mr. K here, getting ready to work on our transmission of our Shovelhead FLH, and I got it on my stand. As you can see, it's pretty gnarly, but what we're going to do is take it down, re-gasket it, inspect the insides, and polish the ends of the covers. I got some hardware, so I had an extra chrome kit left over, so we'll use some of that hardware and just brighten it up a little bit. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and take the drain plug out of the bottom, and I believe it's a 5/8. Yep, it's alright, I'd broken it loose. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and take that off and drain it and see what it looks like. See what kind of fluid is in there. And if you want it to drain well, you can take your fill off. So we'll go ahead and do that. And I have this wrench that I use. Used to be a Ford guy, but if you could put it in the slot, you could break it free sometimes. It's tough to do with one hand. That's what we'll do. All right. Okay, so we have transmission draining. Looks like it's pretty much brand new fluid in there. That's a great sign. So we'll drain that. Again, I always like to start off with a clean pan, so if there's any metal that shows up, it won't be from something else. And I see a little sparklies in there. Okay. Well, we're going to go ahead and take this thing apart. We'll take the top lid off and check the forks. Check everything else out. And like I said, polish the cover. Okay, got the cover off. Inside don't look too bad. I mean, it's got some junk on there. At the bottom of this transmission, it's all sludgy, pretty black, pretty silvery. So we're gonna see. Oh yeah. We'll see how it looks. Now this doesn't have a kicker on it, so it's pretty simple. I'll tell you, a nice thing too is the cover slid off the studs. Really nice. So it's like the cover's not all mangled up, and that's good news. So now what I'm going to do is I got to dig out all these Allen heads and take this top lid cover off for the ratchet top. Okay, then we'll go to the other side and we'll pull that super nut off and the sprocket and see how the main seal looks. Okay, I'll be back. Okay, I got all the Allen bits exposed and cleaned up. Some of them are way down in there. I did get them cleaned up. Can't see it on the camera, but I did get them all exposed. And that has to come out also. That's your vent screw. Some of the things I used was a small screwdriver. I used some picks. So what I'd like to show you is, because these are Allens, I would take this, which is an impact driver, and put it on there like that and give it a nice, to get every one of them loose. I would probably start on one end and crisscross back and forth to get them all off equally. That's what I would do. These are Allen heads, so they're really, you got to make sure you get the holes cleaned out good, and you want to take them out without rounding them out. Okay, and for the longer ones down in here, you got your long ones that are pretty deep. I have a longer bit. I feel like I'm a Snap-on salesman, but I'm not. There's other companies that make these long Allens. They're really nice. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do, and I'm going to lift this shifter lid off and show you where we're at. Okay, cover's off, and it doesn't look too bad. Looks pretty good in there. Came off pretty easy. Everything else looks pretty clean inside. Make sure that these are all good. I did notice something though. Someone put this nut on there, and instead of using a type of lock tab, they welded it on there. So what I'm going to have to do is take like a cutoff wheel and cut that off so that I can get this nut off. So that's where we're at with that. And everything else, we're just going to scrape off some old gaskets and start to clean and see how everything feels, and we'll just keep moving along. But I'm pretty happy with the way everything looks. So, alrighty. Okay, got the nut off. Just grounded off the weld someone put on there with a cutoff wheel. And remember, when you go to take this off, you can use a nice socket. This is a Jim's, I believe, and it is reverse threads, so you want to make sure you're aware of that. Okay, we're going to take this sprocket off. We're going to look at that main seal. It don't look too bad, but we're going to get a new one in there and clean all this up and go from there. It's really grimy. Okay. And I think what I'm going to do is put a regular nut on there. So, all right, that's where we're at. Now I'm going to start just scraping off all the stuff off the sides. As you can see, it's really thick. Okay, alrighty. All right, I've been cleaning. Got everything nice and clean. Cleaned all the threads, wire wheeled everything, and got my lid nice and clean. Took the original cover off, which was a zinc cover, and I had a chrome one, and I think I'm going to put the chrome one on there. I know it's not original, but it'll look real nice. And then the clutch arm is pretty rough, so I have a nice chrome one I'm going to go ahead and put on there. I did get a regular nut and a new lock tab, and I got a nice gasket kit. So we're going to start putting everything back together and putting the new seals in. Alrighty. Okay, got the new seal in. Got a new ratchet top cover. I didn't really like the zinc one. It's kind of rough, so we'll put the new chrome one in. So I got a new main seal. I got a new seal in there, and I have a nice Jim's tool that will go ahead and put that seal into the correct depth. And that's what protects your shaft. Last thing I got to do is put the sprocket back on with a lock tab and a regular nut. Okay, so remember, left-handed threads. Okay, all right, I'm going to wrap this up. Okay, got the main sprocket nut on and put the correct tab and locked it over. I also put a little bit of red Loctite on the threads, not much, but enough to keep it from backing out. That's supposed to keep that from happening. And pretty much my transmission is done. It's all cleaned up. Got some new hardware, some new covers, got a new arm. Polished up the side with the chrome hardware. And there we go. Nice and clean. Everything looks good. Okay. All right. Well, that's my transmission. And I'm going to move on to something next. I'm not sure what. So I figured if you want to see what's next, shoot me a comment and we'll get it done. I might do the wheels next. I may do the engine next. Not sure. Or maybe the front end while I'm waiting on my frame to get back. Then once I get the engine and transmission back in the frame, then we'll start working on all the drive covers and everything else. That's still waiting. So it's winter time and Thanksgiving. So I'm thankful for my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, who died on the cross for me, and my family, and all of you out there that take the time to watch my videos. I appreciate that. And have a happy Thanksgiving, and shoot me a comment on what you want to see next. All right, God bless everyone.